Parvati, you're there? Parvati is not there. Krishna, you can start.
Okay, Prabhu. Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Girivaradari Yashodanandana Prajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Prajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva Nitakare bol Hare bol Hare bol Nitakare bol Hare 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 Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilidam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupakada Muhyam Dadadi Sutlandigam Vandeham Shri Guru Shivitakapalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagarjadam Saganarganadhanvidam Tam Sajivam Sadvaidam Savadudam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shivishagahan Vidamsa He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagalpade Gobesha Gobiga Kanda Radha Kanda Namostude Tapada Anjana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanasude Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpadarubhescha Kripa Sindhubhyeva Cham Paditanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimade Bhaktivedanta Swamini Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna. So welcome back to Bhagavad Gita Cities classes. We are on to the second chapter now. What's the name of the chapter?
Contents of Gita summarized.
Yes, contents of Gita summarized. And today's we have verses are
8 to 10.
Yes, 8 to 10, 8, 9, and 10. Right, we'll read the verses now. Start with 8. Nahi pravashyami mamanupadya yachogamuchoshanamindriyanam avapi bhuva sabda mridam rajam suranam avichadipatyam Nahi prabashyami mamanudya yachyogamuchoshanam indriyanam avapi bhumau asapatnam ridam rajam suranam abhichadipatyam. Nahi prabashyami mamapanudya yachyogamuchoshanam indriyanam avapi bhuma amadi bhuma asapatnam ridam rajam suranam abhichadipatyam. Okay, right. Parvati.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Prabhu, I need help.
Okay. Nahi pravashyami
Nahi pravashyami
mama panudyat
mama
panudyat
punupya
yachyogamuchoshanam yachyogamuchoshanam
yachyogamuddhoshanam
indriyanam
indriyanam
avapya bhuma asapatnam ridam
asapatnam vrudham
rajam suranam
rajim suranam abhi
chadipatyam.
patyam. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, right? Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Nahi Prabhavashyami Mama Manupatya
Mama panudyat
Prabhanudyat
Mama panudyat Mama apanudyat Mama plus
Apanudya
yes.
Mama Apanudya
Yachogam Uchoshanam
Uchoshanam
Indriyanam
Indriyanam Avapya
Bhuma
Aspadanam Dhritam
Asapatnaridham
Asapatnaridham Rajam Surana Abhichadipatyam.
Okay, right. Bit tough. This verse is not easy to pronounce. Take some practice. Okay, we have to practice well in the house before coming to class. Okay. Renuka Mataji.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Nahi prapashyami mama
Mama panudyat. Yachogam uchoshanam
indriyanam avapya lokam
Bhuma
indriyanam
Vapi Bhuma Asapatnaridham
asapatnam ridham rajam suranam api jadipatyam. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Okay. Krishna, I can read the translation.
I can find no means to drive away this grief which is drying up my senses. I will not be able to destroy it even if I win an unrivaled,
Prosperous, unrivaled kingdom. Hare Krishna.
Prabhu.
You are mute now. You have to unmute. Okay, you can read once more.
I can find no meanings to drive away this grief which is drying up my senses. I will not
Senses.
be able to destroy
Senses.
senses. Senses. I will not be able to destroy it even if I win an underworld kingdom on the earth with sovereignty like that of the demon gods in heaven. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Krishna Rivol, right. So we go for next verse. Sanjaya Vacha Evamukta Rishikesham Gudakesha Parantava Nayosya Idi Govindam Uktva Tushni Babuvaha. Sanjaya Vacha Evamukta Rishikesham Gudakesha Parantava Nayosya Idi Govindam Ukta Tushni Babhuvaha. Sanjaya Vacha Evamukta Rishikesham Gudakesha Parantapa Nayosya Idi Govindam Ukta Tushni Babhuvaha. Parvati.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Krishna.
Sanjaya Vacha Evamukta Hrishikesham Gudakesh Parantapa Nayosya Idi Govindam Mukta Tushnim Babuvaha.
Uktva Tushni Babhuvaha. Uktva.
Mukta Tushnim Babu.
Not Muktva. He says no yols na yolsya idi Govindam Uktva Tushni Babhuvaha.
Prabhu, in my book it is given as Mukta.
Now yolsya idi Govindam. Na yolsya idi Govindam. Not Govinda, Govindam. Then break is there. Uktva Tushni Babhuvaha. Uktva means speak. Not Muktva.
Okay, Prabhu.
You got it?
Prabhu.
Right. Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Sanjaya Vaja Eva Mukto Hrishikesho Godakesha Parantapa Nayosya Idi Govindam Uktva Tushnim Babuva.
Tushni. Uktva Tushni. Uktva Tushni.
Uktva Tushnim Babuvaha.
Babuvaha.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Okay, right. Right. Renuga Mataji. Renuga Mataji, I think you are mute now. You have to unmute yourself. Okay.
Sanjay Uvacha Evam Uktva Rishikesham Gudakesha Parantapa Nayotya Iti Govindam Uktva Tushnim Bahuvaha. Hare Krishna.
Right. Hare Krishna. Good. Okay. Snigdha Mataji.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी.
Hare Krishna.
ओम नमः भगवते वासुदेवाय. संजय उवाच एवमुक्त्वा ऋषिकेशं गुडाकेशः परन्तपः न जोष्य इति गोविन्दम् उक्त्वा तूष्णीं बहुवः.
Right. Yes, Babuvaha. Yes, correct. Right. Okay. One Ravi is there. May I know who is that? Ravi.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hey, Haribol. Hare Krishna. Right. We can read the verse.
Yes, Prabhu. Sanjay Vacha Evam Muktva Rishikesham Gudakesha Parantapa Na Yotasya Iti Govindam Uktva Tushnim Babhuvaha.
Oh, okay. Tomorrow you have got this some lockdown on in your office activities.
Prabhu, that postponed to 9th, Prabhu.
Postponed to 9th.
9th, yes.
So that 9 means Tuesday. So Sunday is free. You're free then. You're coming tomorrow then.
Yes, Prabhu.
Very nice.
Nice.
Okay, Ravi can read the translation also.
Prabhu, I am having in Hindi, Prabhu.
Hindi. Oh, okay, right. So.
Yes.
Okay, then Krishna. Okay, Renuga Mataji can read translation. We can't hear you.
Sanjaya said, having spoken thus, Arjuna, chastiser of enemies, told Krishna, Govinda, I shall not fight, and fell silent.
Okay, right.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna. Text 10. Tamuvacha Rishikesha Prahassanniva Bharadam Senayor Madhye Vishidandamidam Vacha. Tamuvacha Rishikesha Prahassanniva Bharata Senayor Madhye Vishidandamidam Vacha. Tamuvacha Rishikesha Prahassanniva Bharata Senayor Madhye Vishidandamidam Vacha. Paradi.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Tamuvacha Hrishikesham. Tamuvacha
Rishikesha.
Prahassanniva Bharata Senayor Madhye Vishidhantamidam Vachah. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Good. Right. Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Tamuvacha Hrishikesham Prahasannam.
Rishikesha now. It's Rishikesha. Tamuvacha Rishikesha.
Sanniva Bharata Senayor Madhye Vishidandamidam Vaja.
Okay. Right. Rindugamalaji.
Samuvacha Rishikesha Prasanna iva Bharata Senayor Ubayor Madhye Vishidantam idam vacha. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Right. Snigdhamalaji.
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय तमोवाच ऋषिकेशः प्रहसन्निव भारत सेनयोरुभयोर्मध्ये विषीदन्तमिदं वचः.
Okay. Right. Thank you. Ravi Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Guruji.
Hare Krishna.
तम उवाच ऋषिकेश प्रसन्निव भारत सेनयोरुभयोर्मध्ये विषीदन्तम् इदं वच.
Okay, right. Good. Okay. Krishna, you can read that translation.
Okay, Prabhu. O descendant of
Descendant.
O descendant of Bharata at that
Bharata.
time, at that time, Krishna smiling in the midst of both the armies, spoke the following words to the grief-stricken Arjuna.
Okay, right. Fine. So in the last verse, we have seen Arjuna surrendering to Krishna, isn't it? Verse number 7. Karpanya dosho bahadasvabhava pruchami tvam dharma samudhachedaha yet shreyasya nishchidam duhidan me shishyasteham shadhimam tvam prabannam. So he says that now I'm confused about my duty and have lost all composure because of my surly weakness. In this condition, I am asking you to tell me for certain what is best for me. Now I am your disciple and a soul surrendered unto you. Please instruct me. So why did Arjuna surrender? Why did Arjuna surrender to Krishna?
He had a
Yes, Kendall, you're right. Come on. Yes.
Because he is in a dilemma that whether I will do the yuddha or not,
Oh,
because
he's
all the
confused.
relatives.
Yes. Swabhava means is nature of a Kshatriya. Now, Swabhava here, when Arjuna speaks of Swabhava, he speaks about Swabhava, the nature of a Kshatriya only. Now, in the material concept, Arjuna is coming as a Kshatriya. Like we have so many designations. We're a housewife, we're a doctor, we're an engineer, you're a man, we're a lady, a girl and a boy, a student, a rich man, poor man. So many designations we have. And we have our Swabhava also, Swabhava based on our gunas. That we will discuss in the 14th chapter. Gunas, so many gunas are there. Satuguna, Rajoguna, Tamoguna. So Arjuna is a Kshatriya. Kshatriya, Varna, in the Varnashrama, he is coming as a Kshatriya only. And his nature is that Kshatriya is always very courageous, very bold, full of courage, valor. And when it comes to he never retreats, he never runs away from battle. And he's very very dexterous. He's an expert. Then he's very what you can call, he gives away so many donations, charities, very charitable persons. And of course, he has got administrative capacity also. These are the qualities of a Kshatriya. But the Swabhava of all the jivas, whether you are appearing as a Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, Brahmana, Grihastha, Brahmachari, Vanapasa, Sannyasi, whatever it is, our real Swabhava is to be a servant of Krishna. That is stated by none other than Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Jivera Subhava Krishnera Nityadas. It states in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Now we have got classes going for Chaitanya Charitamrita in the morning. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu states that Jivera Subhava Krishnera Nityadas. It is not sufficient to know that you are soul only. Okay, we are all souls. But ultimately, what is the real nature of the soul? What is the nature of the soul? Is to be always a servant of Krishna. So that is our Swabhava. But when you are in material world, you have so many designations of Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, and that. Now, as per the Varnashram system, Kshatriya called nature is Arjuna is having, but he says that because of the miserliness means narrow intelligence with respect to understanding the spiritual knowledge. When you are a foolish person, you will not be able to grasp the real meaning of spiritual science. Adhyatmika jnanam is very impossible to grasp, to understand. If you're having so many desires, so many attachment, so much fear and all that. So Arjuna says that because of that, I'm confused. I don't know what to do, whether I should do the battle or run away from the battle. This is a confusion that Arjuna is having, which this state of affairs we come across in our many phases of our life. Everyone experiences this very frequently. So that time, what is the best solution for that confused person? What he should do? If you don't know what to do, what you should do? You don't know something. And so okay, mathematics is subject is mathematics. You don't know mathematics. So what you'll do? You go to a person who knows mathematics, isn't it? You'll approach a person who knows mathematics and learn mathematics from him. Same way, if you're confused about life, what is going to happen in your life, what I should do, or what I should not do, then you should consult a person who is an expert in this, expert in the this Adhyatmika science, spiritual science. He is coming as a spiritual master of spiritual science. Spiritual master is called master. I think your fan is making some disturbance, Krishna. Your fan, I think.
No disturbance, Prabhu.
Now it's no disturbance. Oh. Okay, I think the rotation stopped. Just like that, you see the current is off, but still the fan is slightly rotating again. It's not fully stopped. Same like that, we have also our nature. Suppose we stop our nature, still it will go work for some time. It will not stop immediately. Tomorrow onwards, I am saying, okay, I will not be indulging in my Rajoguna or Tamoguna, order is. And you make a very bold, determined effort not to fall again. But sometimes it happens that again, sometimes you will fall down sometimes because of the effect of these gunas. So Arjuna's indecision is based on gunas. He doesn't know what to do, what not to do. So, but he's very intelligent also, and he knows what in this such a situation you should approach a spiritual master. And Krishna is the supreme spiritual master. So he did the right thing by turning to Krishna and said, "Okay, friend Krishna, you're my friend, but now I don't want any friendly dealings. I want to be your disciple. You please advise me. You give me a very definite instruction what is best for me." Should be very definite. You should not, you can do this way also, you can do that way also. No, no ambiguity. There should be clarity. So give me what is best for me, Shreya. What is best for me? Please tell me. Have accepted you as my spiritual master, and you should accept me as your disciple and start your instructions. So Krishna says, why you want me to be instruct? There are so many other persons also available. Vedavyas is there, Prashamuni is there. So many very what do you call advanced sages are there. In the 10th chapter, Krishna's Arjuna is mentioning some of the sages like Devashi, Narada, then other Devala. So many rishis are there. Vishwamitra is there, Vasishta is there. So many rishis are there. You can, why don't you approach one of them? So Arjuna says, Nahi pravashyami mamapadudya yachogochoshnam indriyanam. This sorrow which is drying up my senses. Suppose there is a small pond. You have seen some, you have some ponds in your place, Parvati? Any house is there, any pond is there? Irinalakuda is famous for ponds. Lots of ponds are there. Like a Kudamanik and Kshetram, surrounded by big ponds. But what happens, a small pond is there. In the summertime, so much sun rays are so intense. The sun rays will evaporate all the water and the pond will dry up. Same way, this sorrow is drying up Arjuna's senses. And he says that none other than you, I don't see anyone who will be able to mitigate my sorrow. I'm suffering and somebody has to put an end to my suffering. And only you are a person who is capable of putting an end to my suffering. So I'm surrendering. Yes. Yes.
What is the meaning of sorrow?
Sorrow. Sorrow means sadness. Sad. Sorrowful. Okay, good. Keep on asking questions. Whenever you have a doubt, keep on asking. Okay, you're free to ask any point of time. That's the best thing. That's the best student now. When you don't keep any doubts linger in your mind, just keep on asking. Okay, right. So he says, okay, I'm very sad, sorrow. So only you are the only person. So Arjuna has got complete faith, complete trust in Krishna. Then Krishna says, okay, do one thing. You do the war. You can wage the war now. That is your duty. You are a Kshatriya. You start the battle now. That's better. Then he says, no, avapi bhuma asabdam mridam rajam suranam abhi chadipatyam. Again he says the same thing. No Krishna. Even if I get so many very prosperous and unrivaled. Unrivaled means what? Unrivaled means there is no competition. This is the best. There is no second. This is unrivaled. Nobody can challenge. Rivalry means one who is going to challenge. Such is a huge kingdom for which they are fighting for, because whole world is under the Kauravas, for the Bharata Vamshaja. So Bharata, these descendants of Bharata, they are the emperors of the world. So, the world is very, very prosperous. So Arjuna says, even I am the emperor of the whole world. Or if I am emperor of the heavenly planets also, like Indra, even then, I'll not be able to happy, I'll not be able to quench my or end my sorrow. Srila Prabhupada was used dispel. Dispel means finish off. So this is very, very appropriate. Arjuna's philosophy is very appropriate, because even if you are very rich, even if you are very influential, even if you have got so many connections, good connections and all that, very, very, very powerful persons to help you, even then, life will give you so many challenges. It can convert you, and many times you will find that you're not able to cope up with the challenges of life, even with the support of all those things. Your money is there, relatives are there, very, very, very powerful, strong, influential relatives are there. But even then, this is not sufficient. For example, suppose you are a very old man, very, very sick, you are admitted to a very fine hospital, good doctors are there, very potent medicines are also, even then it is possible that patient may die. A child, a very small child, he may be very, very protected by his parents. Even if he is or if the baby is also very well protected by the parents, even then some accident can happen. So this is not no hands. So just because you're very prosperous, like America and all the Western countries are very prosperous, but still people are happy there. Are people happy there? So when Srila Prabhupada went to America in 1965, he went by ship. At that time, the Second World War was over, and all the young generation, the new generation after the Second World War, they were very, very dissatisfied with the system. So what they do is, although they're coming from very affluent background, rich persons and very educated families and all that, they stopped going to colleges. They dropped out from the college. They did not take up any job. Instead, they started very, very bad habits like smoking, narcotics, just like brown sugar, LSD. So many narcotics they started using. So they were known as, in the popular name, hippies. Hippies. Have you heard that? Hippies? Probably heard the name hippie. Hippies was a fashion in 1960s, 1960s and 1970s. So many musicians, Beatles, so many groups, so many musical groups, actors groups, all the persons were growing their hair like anything, and they were without any care of life, just going this way, that way, without going to the homes, sometimes sleeping in the streets, and doing all kinds of nonsense, even criminal activities also. Finally, they degraded themselves in the life. And that was the situation in America at the time when Srila Prabhupada landed in America in 1965. Then he started this movement, Hare Krishna Prasthanam. Hare Krishna movement he started. He set up ISKCON in 1966. And then he attracted a lot of youngsters. First, he went to a very famous park in New York. And, all alone, he came all alone. And just having a kartal, we play the kartal, playing the Hare Krishna mantra, uses kartal. And using this kartal every day evening, He'll start Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, he'll do the kirtan. After a few days, he noticed that two youngsters were dancing in front of him. They were actually attracted by the sound of kathas, and Srila Prabhupada's got a very deep voice and very what do you call melodious voice he's having. So he was singing like anything, transcendental voice. So these two youngsters were attracted, and they started dancing in front of Srila Prabhupada. Then Srila Prabhupada asked, okay, I'm staying very nearby. I have got a room here. Would you like to come to my room? We can discuss some Bhagavad Gita. If you are interested in Bhagavad Gita, we can start discussion in Bhagavad Gita. So the youngsters, okay, I will come. These youngsters later became Srila Prabhupada's first disciples. They were named so Kirtananda and Brahmananda. Kirtananda and Brahmananda. And then slowly Srila Prabhupada started taking classes every evening. And one evening you go to park, start and play the kartar and sing Hare Krishna bhajans. And then these two became 4, and 4 became 8, and 8 becomes 50, 50 became 100. 100 devotees started coming to Srila Prabhupada's small room. Then with some help of these disciples, they moved to a bigger room, a bigger hall in New York. And then more devotees came. And these devotees from San Francisco, they introduced some people from San Francisco. And San Francisco people also invited Srila Prabhupada, please come out to our city also and start this Hare Krishna movement. So Srila Prabhupada went to San Francisco in 1967, and he started this movement. Then he started the Ratha Yatra there. And then a lot of people became attracted to this Hare Krishna movement. And slowly, it spread to other cities of America, like Detroit, Las Vegas, Los Angeles, Washington, so many cities. And almost all of America started accepting Krishna consciousness. Then some of his disciples went to abroad, like Canada. First they went to Canada, then went to Europe. And slowly, the whole world, Srila Prabhupada, in a period of 12 years, he set up the big branch, very big organization, having thousands and thousands of disciples. So this is how Krishna consciousness spread all over the world. Because at that time, people were very unsatisfied. Although they were very rich and all that, they got all the facilities in life, very rich and all facilities. Still, they were so dissatisfied that they don't want to have this kind of life. But then when Srila Prabhupada pointed out the Krishna consciousness, they involved in Krishna consciousness, they accepted Krishna as a Supreme Personality of Godhead, and finally they went to devotional service. What is devotion all about? And slowly, these people became very, very advanced in knowledge, and they became sannyasis, and they started preaching all over the world. So being an affluent country like America and Europe doesn't mean that people are happy, because people are always having problems. So that's why Arjuna is very correctly saying that even if I am getting a very big empire, or if I am guaranteed the heavenly kingdom also, still I will not be happy unless I take up Krishna consciousness. So Arjuna is very intelligent. He knows that this is thing. So he says that Eva Mukta Rishikesha Gudakesha Parandaba Na Yulsya the Govindam Ukta Tushni Babuha. And finally he said that Krishna, okay, I will not do the battle. I will not fight. I shall stop. I don't want to fight. Saying that, he became very silent. So he is mentioned here as Gudakesha. What is Gudakesha? What is the meaning of Gudakesha?
Arjuna the master at crumbling ignorance.
Master?
Arjuna the master at curbing ignorance.
Innocent. Ignorance says curbing ignorance. Yes, ignorance. Right. Gudakesha, one meaning is that he is expert in curbing ignorance. But yes, what do you call he's destroyed all his ignorance. Ignorance means ajnana, knowledge. So ignorance, Gudakesha means one who has curbed his ignorance. Another meaning is one who has curbed his sleeping tendency, sleep. Guda means sleep also, Guda means jnanam also. So Arjuna has a special capacity that if he wants to sleep at a particular point of time, he can keep awake till that time. Then he can also fix the number of hours. Okay, I will sleep only for 2 hours today. And automatically within 2 hours, after 2 hours, he'll wake up. That's his ability. Nobody has this kind of ability. He can sleep only when he wants. Till that time, he can keep awake. And when he sleeps also, he can decide, okay, I'll sleep only for 2 hours today. Tonight, I'll sleep only 2 hours. And I'll get up early. So this happens. This is a control over sleep. Then control of ignorance also. He is become very knowledgeable. Although he's displaying some ignorance now, actually Arjuna has some what you call conquered ignorance. So eva mukta rishikesham gudakesha parandaba. So when Arjuna said that I will not fight, Dhritarashtra was very happy. Why he was very happy? Parvati, why he was happy? Why Dhritarashtra was happy? And Arjuna said that I'm not going to fight. Yes, Krishna, yes.
Because Arjuna is not fighting.
Arjuna is not fighting. Arjuna is a big fighter, great fighter. If Arjuna is fighting, then every possibility is that Pandavas will win the war. Now, when Arjuna is saying, I'll not fight, then Dhritarashtra is seeing an opportunity. Okay, now Arjuna is not there, definitely we will win this war. So Dhritarashtra was very happy. But Sanjaya said, don't be too happy, don't be hasty, don't be hasty, because Arjuna will come back. Arjuna may say, no, I'm not going to fight, but Krishna is a Rishikesha is a. Rishikesha means the control of senses, mind. Isn't it? Rishikesha, what's the meaning? The controller of senses. So the meaning is that Krishna is now going to take over the senses and mind of Arjuna. Is going to teach him nicely and he'll shake off the lethargy and all those things and make Arjuna willing to fight. This is going to happen. Dhritarashtra, O King Dhritarashtra, your happiness will be short-lived. It will not last for some time. It will not last because Arjuna will be ready to fight after listening to Krishna and learning Bhagavad Gita from him. Arjuna will be a changed man. So all his lethargy and importance will be gone, and will again take up this bow, his famous bow. What is the name of this bow?
Gandiva.
Yes, Gandiva. Gandiva's bow, and very famous bow, is acclaimed. Very, very strong bow, very powerful bow. So it's only a matter of time because now Krishna is going to instruct. So the Dhritarashtra king, don't be too happy. Then what? Krishna started speaking. Tamu vacha rishikesha prahasaniva bharada. Prahasaniva means smiling. Prahasa means smile. So the situation is very grim, isn't it? Very volatile, everybody very tense. The battle, the biggest of all the battle, the greatest of all battles, is going to decide the fate of so many things, so many persons. So many thousands and thousands and lakhs of people are going to be killed in this battle because so much ferocious fighters are there on both sides. So that time when the biggest fighter, Arjuna, is saying that I'm not going to fight, naturally everybody will be tense. But Krishna is not at all tense, very, very calm, serene, collected. He's very happy and he's very smiling. Siddha Prajna. He doesn't have any kind of anxiety. He's not at all jittery. So that is a quality. That is a quality of Achyuta. Achyuta means now falls down from his position. He's always the same. He's always controlled. He's always well within his internal potency. He's always situated in his internal potency. He never steps out of that. That means he will not be affected by gunas. Satoguna, Rajoguna, Tamoguna. We are all affected by all those gunas. All the time we are in the grip of gunas. Krishna is a person outside gunas. So if you worship Krishna, then you can also come out of gunas. That is stated in Bhagavad Gita, 14th chapter. The last verse it is 28th verse it is said that Mam tu avyabhijarena bhakti yogena sevade sagunan samidedan brahma bhuyaya kalpade. One who is worshipping me sincerely, with dedication, avyabhijarena, without deviation, surely he will become overcome his cross over his gunas and become self-realized. That is, Krishna is guaranteeing that. Only when you worship me only, with devoted to me, when you are doing the devotion service to me only, then you can have this self-realization. So Krishna is smiling because he is always situated in internal potency. No matter whatever happen, anxiety, all this situation, it cannot have any effect on Krishna. And he speaks what? Senayor Ubayor, in between the two armies. So that all the people can hear Krishna and Arjuna when they start speaking Bhagavad Gita. So there is a mercy of Krishna and mercy of Arjuna that they are situated between the two battles, two armies. Now everyone on both sides, if they are interested, they can listen to Krishna speaks to Arjuna, the Bhagavad Gita. So only thing you should be interested. So here also we have a good chance, a good opportunity in studying Bhagavad Gita, and some girls are coming regularly. Madajis are also coming regularly. Keep on, if you are regular, naturally you will be able to grasp Bhagavad Gita, which is explained through the parampara by Srila Prabhupada. So we are very fortunate having Srila Prabhupada as our Acharya. So thank you very much. Any questions?
We want to study purport for the conductor.
Yes, Monday. I know for you Tuesday. Sorry, Tuesday.
Purport also.
Huh? Purport, yes. Purport also. Because I tell you the structure. There are 30 questions. Totally 30 questions. 30. Of the 10 questions, first word. Like I told you, this here he says tam muvacha, tam. Like of course, this second chapter, first chapter is there. So the first word, first word question. There will be 10 questions. Then phrases. Phrases means like Vishidan Abravid, 27 verse. You see, last two, there are two lines means either the first two words or the last two words will take, and that is called phrase. So that will be 5 questions. Then 5 questions based on translations. There are so many 46 verses there. Out of that, 5 translations will give you 5. We'll give you a translation first. Then you have to identify which is the verse. Translation will give you, the question is a translation, and you have to identify which is the verse. That is the third round. The fourth round is Prabhuvad Vani. That is from the purport, some key sentences will be taken, and they will give you this key sentence. Then you have to identify this verse. So that will be 5 questions. And the last one is picture round. Picture. We show you a picture, and from that picture you have to identify this verse. So altogether 30 questions. Okay. That means you have to prepare well. You have to read the purport. You have to read the translation. You have to be thorough with verses. So that way you will be very expert in Bhagavad Gita. Okay. After 1 year is completed, you will be having you will learn all the 18 chapters so thoroughly. So anyone will be very proud of you. So when you are very learned person, totally learned Bhagavad Gita. So please teach me because you will ask me. Okay,
Is there any exam,
right.
Prabhuji?
So prepare when the 2 days, 3 days are left till left. Right. Hare Krishna.
Is there any exam, Prabhuji?
It is not exam. It is live. It is live.
Okay, okay.
Like Tuesday class, instead of class, we'll be holding this competition.
Okay,
Like
okay.
actually prepared. I have prepared the questions. Now I have sent it to one girl. She'll put in a format. She'll prepare this PDF format, and from there you can see it will be displayed on a screen. The questions will be displayed on the screen. Then you have to put the chat. The person who is pressing the chat box first will get the first opportunity. You know, in the chat is there. You can practice now. Just put a dot in the chat and enter. You know how to chat? Open your chat,
Yes,
your mobile,
yes, Prabhuji. I
and
know
just
how.
say, put something. Type a message. I'm entering. Are you saying this? Yeah, Ravi is saying Hare Krishna.
Yes.
I am saying I and all that. Now you need put only one symbol, just one any letter, number, anything like that. Because if you are doing so many letters, Hare Krishna and all that, then some person he will just put one A only or B only, he will get a chance. You have to just put a A or B, whatever it is, and then immediately enter. So the person who is pressing first and entering first, he'll be the first chance. Now, if he answers correctly, if he identifies a verse correctly, he gets 7 marks. And if he can memorize a verse by heart, he get 10 marks. Now, those who are not been able to press this, they'll get an opportunity. If they are able to recite that verse by heart, they'll get 2 marks. This is the system.
Okay.
Understood?
Okay, okay. Yes, Prabhuji. It is a
Right.
first chapter
Huh?
first on. It is a first chapter only. First
Tuesday.
chapter. Okay. Yes.
Today
Yes,
is Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Tuesday will happen. Okay.
Okay, Prabhuji. Only
Right. Please
chapter
come.
1. Only chapter 1.
First chapter only.
Okay, okay, Prabhuji.
Full verses, all of 46. But you have to come on time.
Okay, okay,
You have to
Prabhuji.
come on 8 o'clock itself. Okay. Don't delay.
Okay, okay.
Okay, you know this Narasimha Kirtan, Mataji?
Yes, yes, Prabhuji. Shall
Okay,
I sing?
please recite. You can recite.
Namaste Narasimhaya Praladadayine Hiranyakashipurvakshaha Shiratankanakalaye Ito Narsingho Parato Narsingho Yato Yato Yami Tato Narsingho Bahirnarsimha Hridaye Narsimha Narasimhadi Sharanam Prapade Tabakara Kamala Bari Nakamadvuta Sringam Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanubhrangam Keshavadrita Narasimharupa Jaya Jagadisha Hari Jaya Jagadisha Hari Jaya Jagadisha Hari Jaya Narsimhadev 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 Jaya Narsimhadev Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Prabhupada Om Ugrang Veeram Mahavishnu Jwalantam Sarvatomukham Nrsingham Bhishanam Bhadram Mrityo Mrityo Namamyaham Jai Nrsimha Sri Nrsimha Jai Jai Sri Nrsimha Prahlādesha Jaya Padma Mukha Padma Bhranga
हरि बोल। शुद्ध भक्ति विघ्ननाशकारी श्री नरसिंहदेव भगवान की
जय।
वैष्णव भक्त शेष पड़ा महाराज की जय। गो प्रेमानंदे। वांछा कल्पद्रुमेश्च
कृपा सिंधु भ्यवच
पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। आनंद गुड़ी वैष्णव वृंद की नवाचार्य दास ठाकुर की शिला प्रवाद की गो प्रेमानंदे।